This video is brought to you by CoolstuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we're working on Rakdos Sacrifice because the knights who say need demand or sacrifice. And this is it a tier 1 deck, and do the new cards really fit in to help make it a competitive deck? The deck certainly existed before, but there's some new stuff we want to play around with. So today you're going to see some videos, and from the beginning I was working with Kroxa. I wanted to play Kroxa in this shell because I thought it fit well. In hindsight, I don't think it does. Maybe as a sideboard card, but not in a best of one or a main deck fashion, as the graveyard was rarely full enough to take advantage of it. If it was, Woe Strider fit the job a lot better, which also has an escape cost. And if you're taking turn 2 to play this, like there were a lot of games where I played this on turn 2, sacrificed it to Oven or Priest the way you'd want to, but then went on to lose the game from not having done anything too relevant. It's a snowbally format. What you do has to be extremely relevant. So Kroxa eventually got cut from the deck, which is kind of a shame, and we saw Footlight Fiends increasing in numbers. Gutter Bones is another card I worked on that eventually was removed from the deck because I wanted more removal, sort of removal in Footlight Fiend. It plays so well with Judith and Woe Strider and Midnight Reaper and Nightmare Shepherd that I like this much better than Gutter Bones, who I rarely had the time to get back and who I often exiled to the escape for Woe Strider or Kroxa anyway. So without Gutter Bones coming back very often, it wasn't as good. A Crone War is great for stealing a creature larger than Claim the Firstborn can handle to throw in the oven. And I like having a Judith in the deck now. With the Footlight Fiends, she plays really well, and with Nightmare Shepherd, being able to make a copy of her after she dies, and she also plays well with the 2 bodies on Woe Strider. This card is the absolute house of the deck, and I was started with 3, went up to 4, and have found everything better since I got more Woe Striders in the deck. In the mana base, running Temple of Malice is something that I'm still coming to terms with, and I'm not sure is right, but I'll grant that sometimes the mana requirements in this deck can be difficult. You really do want double red for turns where you need to Mayhem Devil and Claim the Firstborn, for example, although it's not that often. Especially after Kroxa was removed, the double red turns weren't nearly as hard to come by. So I'm still sketchy on if you need these Scrylands or if you should just play more mountains and swamps. I definitely did a lot of games with 9 swamps and 5 mountains, and it was fine. All right. Let's dive in. I think you'll enjoy the games. There were a lot of really ugly games at first as I was learning the deck, a lot of mistakes. This is not my typical strategy, but I think I learned a lot. And this is the kind of deck that I think benefits from perfectionism and expertise. The longer you play it, the better you get. So I highly recommend, if you're interested in this archetype, to put in a lot more reps with it than, say, the normal archetype that I would get into. All right, let's go. No red. Just red. Good times. I don't know if Claim is good because we don't know our opponent yet. And Shepherd's too expensive. So am I really keeping that? I don't think so. Yeah, I guess I am. I have to draw non-land useful cards because these other things are not going to cut it right now. Knight of the Ebon, right away. Okay, here's my Fiend, and we draw land immediately. Yep, shock the Fiend, poke the face. Knight's doing knight things. Maybe I can save the Kroxa to go with the Reaper. Nah, we need to use our mana. Need to be on the ball here. A little resource denial game. Rankle. Pretty good hit. Let's see if the opponent wants to pump Knight or play more stuff. More stuff. More stuff is the answer. Yeah, that's stuff. That is indeed stuff. Here's my Midnight Reaper. If we fill this graveyard fast enough, Kroxa can come back to fight with the Regisaur. So are we chumping? And does our opponent already have the Embercleave and the land? They'll have to discard one or the other here. Kroxa doing something here in this game. Discards the Embercleave. They must have had, like... Do you think they had land Embercleave anyway? So I don't think I can take these blocks. I think I have to try to play Shepherd and team it with Midnight Reaper to fight the Regisaur. I don't think anything else will do. Alright, they don't have the land. They have 2 spells, one of which may or may not be an Embercleave. Anybody else feeling like the Shepherd is just way too slow? That's the feeling I'm getting, because this oven is nice and what we wanted, but it's not going to help here. So I think they're looking for another land off the top. I think their last card is also Embercleave. Let's see if they get it. Alright, so like this, get rid of this, draw 2, bring this back, I die. So, not acceptable. Like this then, make the opponent use their mana. We gotta remember the 2 points we'd take from the Reaper. Okay, we're playing Magic now, friends. We're not quite dead. One, two, I can't deal 3. I think I saved this to be my blocker. I want it off the battlefield very soon. Alright, we need to untap from this. Not get burned out. Alright, can't Embercleave. Midnight Reaper shouldn't draw a card or pay a life here because it's a token. Crusader and Robber. Alright. I can bring back the Kroxa. Their hand is empty. That will take them down to 5. This is a sacrifice. That's down to 4. It's not enough. I think what might be better is eating the food and just taking out the Crusader. Go up to 10. Robber of the Rich doesn't have a good attack. We could also play the Midnight Reaper. But then, and then put it in the oven for one of the sacrifice triggers. I suppose that's pretty good. Could save it and block with it first. That would allow the Stormfist Crusader to go off and give the opponent a better Embercleave look, which I don't think we want to do. Another Devil. Another harrowing turn, everybody. The Knight can get me to 1 if I don't block it. Our opponent top decks Murderous Rider to get us to 2, and their Robber of the Rich goes off. And they get my Oven. That's not good. It's not terrible, but it's not good. All right. That is a draw. So we could bring back Croxa and also have Cat Oven. If we bring back if we put out the Midnight Reaper, that we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. Can take out the Robber of the Rich, leave the opponent on Knight of the Ebon Legion. They can't drop top deck a land and an Embercleave in one turn. Plus, we still have a mana to eat a food, which is pretty great. I mean, can I somehow get rid of the Knight? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do it, but I'd have to give up all of the food, which I don't really want to do. But it is the better creature. But this gets value. Yeah. So we'll go here. And here. Okay, and let's see, we're going to have 1, 2, yep, up top. I wonder if I just missed lethal. To be honest, I should have been thinking about it and I didn't. I've been so concerned with staying alive, I didn't notice my opponent's dwindling life total again. And I could have brought a Croxa back for 3. Yeah, I probably missed a lethal there. You guys can tone down the comments. I'll look back at it and double check. Okay. Sure. But now the opponent can't pump the Knight, so I can take this hit and then they're dead, right? They still have a food. They still have a food. Well, now if they sacrifice the food, they die, right? So they have to do it in response to this. And now the Mayhem Devil will still kill them? Yeah, this works. God, these games. My brain. If I spent every day for the last month putting a cat in the oven and playing with this deck, I bet I'd do a lot better. I bet this is the kind of thing where practice really comes in handy, because it just isn't the type of Magic I'm used to. Very fun, though. Very fun. Fun when you're playing it, probably not fun when you're playing against it. Alright, looks like Bulk Magic is gonna give us the salty ropes. Just in case it's me, I'm going to reconnect. I'm always nervous that it's my side that froze. And I definitely don't want to time out that game. So anytime it's sitting there with no rope running, I'm going to try to reconnect. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's going on. Is opponent winning by a timeout? What's that sound effect? No, it's them. They're just giving me the salt rope. Yeah, they've been emoting about how much time I'm taking. I'm not good at this deck. I'm okay, but I'm not good. So I have to think. And I still miss stuff. Like, I didn't even notice I almost had lethal, you know? Maybe that's what has them triggered. Because why not? Bring back Crocs on him. Why not? Show of force. Show of force. Rope me a little more. I like it. Yep. Let's have a look. Ovens. Titan. Priest. Roll them. Roll them, baby. I think it's worth 2 life to just be on curve. Draw a cat. Easy life. So, I'm really not sure if I'm supposed to priest or not. Now that I have a Footlight Fiend, it does seem like if I play priest and draw land, I get to Croxa Footlight Fiend priest, which is pretty great. So yeah, let's go in for the Priest of the Forgotten Gods right now. What are you? All right, let's give it a try. Full control. Hit your hand. Hit your face. Growth Spiral, of course. What do you think they're up to? You think it's some new wilderness reclamation hotness? There will be scrying. To the bottom. Opponent down to 12. We've got 2 extra mana. We resolve that. We play out this. And okay. We kind of did all the things we could do. Graveyard not exactly full yet. Did we really do much? Doesn't feel great if you don't hit a creature, right? And now there's a Risen Reef. Ugh. Maybe I should have waited. I was getting the impression for sure that my opponent was a creatureless deck, so might be punished. Alright, do this again. Lose another card. Another Risen Reef. Oh god, how good is your hand? It must be Thassa, right? Must be Thassa. So one card we haven't drawn at all is Woe Strider. Would be nice to. Okay, 3rd Risen Reef. Mayhem Devil, where art thou? Yeah, most of the deck is a good draw at this point. Everything that's not a land. Yeah, okay. Feels bad. But I'm glad we made that play. Hello, Nissa. Where have you been? We've got to somehow get rid of that. Gotta draw our Mayhem Devil now. So, Elemental Nissa, it's got to be like one of those Blinky Thassa teamer decks. It might have the whole steel synergy, it might not. Kind of hard to tell from what we've seen. But they're going to absolutely snowball us if we don't interact right now. I will admit, I should have been more patient. I immediately thought my opponent was on Teamer Reclamation, and I was excited to do combos, but I should have definitely been more patient in this game, because I'm getting rolled. There's Woe Strider. First time for everything, and this is the first time we've seen this card. So let's do it. Let's hit the opponent with the Priest, giving up these two. Make them pitch something. They are down to 7. So if we fill the graveyard and start bringing back Cruxes, they have to discard non-land cards or they take burn damage, but I don't think I'm going to run them out of stuff. Oh my god, did I just draw another land? But they pitch? They scoop? Why did they scoop? Well, we've got Cat Oven. I think that's the first time today. In my opener, I should try to specify. And we're on the draw against red, so will it matter? That's the question. Yeah, we'll be okay if we can draw the land when we need it. If we add Mayhem Devil to a board with Cat Oven, yeah, we're gonna be fine. All right, let's go, team. What you got, Red Mage? What you gonna do? Huh. That definitely doesn't make much sense because it's so easy. So easy to block. The things the red mages do, everybody. Do I bring this back so I can attack with it? No, we want the sacrifice trigger. Yep, Runaway Steamkin on deck. So, playing the Mayhem Devil and pretty much sweeping the board sounds really good. The opponent might be left with a Steamkin though. And playing Footlight Fiend would ensure that doesn't happen, but if I'm doing that, I'm just playing another Oven. I think this is best, still. And we don't want the opponent to respond by killing the Devil, so we want to take out their toys right now. And now we have the food and the cat in the graveyard. So if the opponent does play a Steamkin, we can pressure them to play an instant speed spell just to keep their Steamkin, because we can target it right away. That's too bad. Are we going to bring this back anyway? Yeah, I think we are. Do one to your face. But you definitely did your job. If the opponent doesn't cast the Steamkin this turn, it's just as good as removing it. Do I want the Midnight Reaper to draw some cards here? I think I do. And double Oven. It was that or the Woe Strider, and I know that costs life, but I think we're in a good enough position to pay life for more cards. Here's the Bone Crush. It also trades with Bone Crush. It's another good reason, but so does Woe Strider. They both do that job pretty well. Let's do the thing. Hello? Arrow? Meow. 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 If the opponent had another Bone Crusher Giant, they could have responded to that, I suppose. They might still have it, but as long as I get to draw the cards, I don't mind if they also get access to their 4/3 very much. The cat is pretty good against that. And yeah, I think we're going to see here the Bone Crush. But we got all the cards. They could have denied me a card by using it at a different time. They just wouldn't have had a giant on backup. Let's definitely have you on hand. And I think a Woe Strider makes sense. Something to trade with this if it dares come over here. They could definitely have an Embercleave. It would take their whole turn, it would deal me 10. I think rather than trying to trade the Strider because of that, we'll put the cat in the way and force the opponent to give their Bone Crusher Giant Trample to have an effect on this turn. And even then, it's not a very lethal one. Okay. Yeah, they did have it. So I guess it's fine if I want to block here. I can also sacrifice the goat to the oven if I want to make a food this turn, which can be good to have for just gaining life. We could also take it all, and then I still have my cat, and then I still do the double oven thing without giving up my goat. Yeah, we'll just take it. Do the cat thing. You know the cat thing. Everybody knows the cat thing at this point. Let's bring it back now. We might attack with this kitty. Lethal kitten. The true cat from hell. Let's go ahead and scry. Yes. Yes, you. Alright. Let's get an attack. Let's activate a priest so we can use the mana here. Also see if we can dig our way through to lethal. Down to 5, give that up. Make 2 mana. Play the Judith. Play you. So this is 2 damage. This is 2 damage. And then we bring back the cat for lethal. I mean, we have the cat, we have the oven, we have a really slow hand, and we're on the draw. If we draw an untapped land, it's pretty good, but let's see if we can scry to one. Okay. That's fine. People have been pretty emote toxic lately, so I've just started insta-muting. See if the opponent wants to quench this. Okay. When they play that Growth Spiral, I was thinking about playing a Footlight Fiend, but when they play that Growth Spiral, I know I'm free to resolve this oven. And I'm not sure what I'm up against, but let's find out. I'm sure they're going to make a nice big play here. It's a Leafkin. Huh. They have mana open for a Brazen Borrower. But right now, I don't know what I can assume of anybody. So I want to get rid of this Leafkin Druid. I'm going to try to set it up so that the Mayhem Devil can come down and do that. Alright, they're going to take a damage, which opens this play up. And they do have another Spiral. They're going to have plenty of mana, that's clear. Are you ready for Nissa to shake your world? But we'll at least clear this Druid. Hopefully that makes something more awkward. I'm not sure what, but hopefully it does something to them. Cavalier of Thorns. Yeah, we see the Thassa. So it's the Thassa Blink style deck. That thing is really big. It can be a real pain. This would be a good time for that Crow and War I slotted into the deck, but no, so far no dice. I feel like getting the Priest online is a good move. So we can play Priest and Fiend. What does our opponent do? Big Hydroid Krasis, Nissa, something like that. If they don't steal the priest, though, or find a way to remove the priest, like with Claim Thassa, then I think we're okay. Omnath. Rude. 1, 2. I don't have the cat in the graveyard, though, so I can't do 3. Right? If I sacrifice this here, it makes a food. It deals 1, 2. If I could deal 1 more, I'd be okay, but I can't. Feels bad. I guess we are going face here today, friends. That's a lot of Growth Spiral and a lot of land for our opponent, for sure. And they're pretty impatient with them, too. They're not holding them up to make me think. Maybe that's not impatience. Maybe that's just trying to play more games per hour. Depends how you look at it, I suppose. We still haven't drawn the land we want. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can shoot down this Omnath. I would love to do that with the Reaper, though. Maybe I'll draw the land. I mean, that's really ambitious, right? If we sacrifice this, and that deals 1 and draws a card, we bring it back, that deals 1. But if we don't draw the land, we're just stone cold. I think we're just patient about it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could see if the opponent saves us a trigger by blocking somewhere. Okay, they take the damage. I like it. We do this before the opponent plays the land because they draw a card off the land. It's possible I should have just gone face, but it seems like containing the Omnath is a good use of my time and effort. Especially while I have the wide open, kind of open lane on it with the opponent tapped out. They can't interact. Like, Growth Spiraling and a land at instant speed could have been a nice surprise. Because I think then I would have played the Midnight Reaper and tried to use that to get rid of the Omnath. And if I didn't draw the land, it wouldn't have worked. Agent of Treachery. Well, that's annoying. That is not good for me. So whenever we sacrifice a permanent, it sets off the devil. We can sacrifice these to each do 1 damage, but that doesn't get me to 3. Why don't I have Claim the Firstborn to bring it back? It's so frustrating. So, should I try drawing some cards now? I'm going to create a lot of sacrifice triggers for my opponent's Mayhem Devil, which is not good. I guess we can attack and see if the opponent blocks. That creates an extra sacrifice trigger. It's 1, 1. No, still doesn't do it unless they block with the devil. Will they do that? Let's find out. Hype. So now we can get the devil off the field without doing any sacrificing. We could see if we draw another 1-drop. I want to leave at least 1 Oven up for the next Agent of Treachery or Agent Blink that I think my opponent wants to do. So we'll get 1 card draw here and see if it's a 1-drop. Another Cat or another Footlight Fiend or another Oven. It's not. And we'll pass from here. It's a big crisis. Claim the Firstborn is the draw that we are waiting for. A Crow in War would be fine too. But Claim would be hot. Razor, it's a good blocker if we do get the Claim. Okay. Opponent keeps bringing that thing. Land? Do we want this back now? I think we can wait. We might top deck a devil. I'm not going to create another death trigger this turn. Hello. What do you play well with right now? Not much, to be honest. Like, we could sack or block with our Midnight Reaper and get some triggers. Having the 4/4 in the area isn't great against the reach creature. We don't have the Woe Strider on the battlefield. We need like a turn of setup. I just think I want to get my priests out, to be honest. I think I'm going to need these. And yeah, more land next turn is good. Uh-huh. What's the target? It's either a Witch's Oven or a land, right? Alright, so first things first. The Witch's Oven is going to be very good for our opponent, without question. They need the life. Oops. Stay there. Just you? That would be wise. Alright, just you. Keep the cat oven thing. But it's about to get a little silly. Oh. Mayhem Devil. Whoa, Strider. Oh. Where are you going? All tap land on the draw. But it's Claim Oven. We'll see. We'll see if it gets me wrecked. Wouldn't be the first time. Looking for an untapped land there, or a devil or a cat. Flyers. People still play this. I don't understand. Here is my oven. Here is my fiend. Now we can kill something for 1 damage on command with the fiend, if we choose to. But I'd prefer to wait. I'd prefer to have the Midnight Reaper out. Tithe Taker. That'll be fun. That is a good claim target. Ooh. Okay. So next turn we have 2 sacrifices. Yeah, no reason to do it yet. Give me that. Smash. Ovened it. We get the token, not the opponent. Love it. Feels good. Staggering Insight is a card. Lifelink, and if it hits me, 2 life. So next turn we can play the devil and sacrifice the fiend to kill this. I think we let the opponent have this hit. I don't think it's worth trading my token for a card against a deck that seems to rely on some amount of evasion and flyers. I think this token could still have an important part to play. Our deck does a good job taking advantage of little incremental things on the board. Our opponent does have 2 mana open. That's scary. Not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. Get a red. Play a devil. Don't quench me. Sweet. Let's pick on the hawk. Let's see what happens. I'll go get a black. Play a cat. Oven. You have a surprise for me? Rally. Oops. That won't save you. Not once the cat's in the graveyard. That's why we didn't sacrifice the Footlight Fiend. Igor. Still pretty easy pickings. Could have also played this Woe Strider for even more sacrifice triggers to kill everything, but I was only focused on killing the eagle there and drawing cards because I love to draw cards. Oven, Devil, Strider, Shepherd. Let's roll. We need a cat. If we draw a cat, we're good. We are on the play, so I don't feel as bad taking the first 2 turns off. Temple finds a what? A top. Hey! I guess I should have played the Oven on 1. Yeah, I should always do that, right? Off to a bad start. Maybe I confused my Blood Crypt for a Temple in my mind. I'm sloppy today, I'll admit that. It's not been the greatest CGB. But the game moves on. I think we just... Do we keep Priest available or do we attack? I think we can attack. I think that's fine. If we don't get to sacrifice this to draw a card, I'm okay with that. Okay. This is getting interesting. So a lot of options this turn. Let's do the fun one, right? You can lead with this attack. Play the Nightmare Shepherd. Sacrifice these 2. Activate the Nightmare Shepherd to get back a Woe Strider. Woe Strider, baby. And the mana can play this Oven, which we can use to sacrifice and get another Priest if we need to at some point. But yeah, I guess that's what the Shepherd's for. It's the first time I've gotten to do these shenanigans. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's see if the opponent's excited. They're going to shake the world. Okay. That's cool. I can live with this. I'm okay with that. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I don't think throwing something in the Oven is even necessary there. Now we play... Not trying to emote ya. Play you. That's gonna get saucy. So we can sacrifice the tokens and then have another Woe Strider. And that will definitely help me take out Nissa. Ping. Ping. 2 life, another sacrifice. This one can go face. Well, my opponent's gonna go to like 7. And then this is 3. Might have missed lethal. There's so much you can do. It's so stupid. I'm gonna try to kill the opponent. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out. Maybe those 2 points I threw at Nissa were so extra. Down to 5. How do I get 5 sacrifice triggers? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, the devil, like, I can make a copy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Didn't even need to kill the Nissa. Should have done the lethal maths. Oh my gosh. This is stupid. How much damage did I have? Don't have a way to draw, or I would keep that. How much damage did I really have here? The answer is obviously a million. A million damage. I had a million damage. I'll learn how to math someday, I promise. Well, we do have a sacrifice outlet. We do go first. Our hand is all tap landy slow, but if we draw one untapped land, we have a lot of neat stuff we can potentially do. So I'll give it a try. I already have one of those, and I don't know if they'll be good in the matchup. Swamp. Oh, can I put that away? I don't think I can. I don't think I can put that away. Too important. Too key. Paradise Druid. Looks like some red-green. Do I attack for 1? If the opponent attacks with their Paradise Druid, I take 2. But I guess I can kill their Paradise Druid by throwing the Fiend in the oven. So maybe they'll respect that and see that it's my evil plan. Yep. Yep. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Do I throw the Fiend in the oven to kill that Paradise Druid? I think I just steal it, right? Give me that. Play you. Play you. Throw you in my oven. Could have also scryed with you, but I think having the food is going to be helpful in the future. So I think I hold off on anything else here. I think I want to play the Nightmare Shepherd before I do more tricks. I could kill this. I could block it with Woe Strider, then sacrifice Footlight Fiend to deal 1 more damage. But I think we want to do all those tricks with our Shepherd. Don't think there's any question we want Shepherd on the board. And the opponent doing nothing implies they have another Questing Beast. Or a Bone Crusher Giant, maybe? Wildborn Preserver. Not what I expected. Not something I see from the Gruul list often. And they're not done. They're a flashy list. Whoa. Okay, buddy. Easy. So I can sacrifice the Footlight Fiend. This... I can't kill the frickin' Questing Beast, though. But I can pitch my Fiend, make a copy of my Fiend, sacrifice that, kill the Preserver. And I can have 2 foods if I sacrifice the Shepherd, since it's going to die. Scry a Riva. Not good enough to help me deal with the Questing Beast. As much as I like Witch's Oven in this world. How about another one? Nope, not you either. Would have been nice this turn, not this time. Yeah, our opponent is a fight machine. 100% fight cards. Like, is Domri's Ambush that hard to get one's hands on? But, I mean, you're kicking my butt, so you get to do what you want. I guess if I kept a Blood Crypt, maybe I could have brought this back. No, not nearly enough in the graveyard. How do I stop you? Another Woe Strider is interesting, but I think I just need to block with this Midnight Reaper. and draw a good card. Bringing back Woe Strider can be good if we can fill this darn graveyard. Embercleave? Could it be? It is not. Should have put it in the oven. Was autopiloting a bit too much there. Footlight Fiend, Woe Strider. Same stuff, different day, everyone. But we at least get to keep filling this graveyard. So if our opponent had a way to break through and kill us, I think we would have seen it. So the bright side is we're probably not dead unless they top decked. But if they do outdraw an ambush or another Savage Smash, we're dead. Okay. Haste. I mean, I can block it with a goat, or I can trade it with a Footlight Fiend. That's not a big deal. When it's pawn at that graveyard, it's getting to Woe Strider territory. We still need the land. Okay. So we can go like this. We're dead to something that grants trample no matter what. So I'm not going to overthink it. Do we want to scry? Is scrying better than making more food at this point? We already have 3 food. Yeah. We're definitely down to finding the right cards. I don't think that's it. Life total's pretty low for that card. Must be another questing beast, or I don't think that attack makes a lot of sense. So we can claim their Paradise Druid now. This has been pretty rough. Pretty rough. The difference between 1 toughness and 2, what is it? I could get the 1 mana boost off the Druid. I guess that's the best thing about this, is I get to also get this other oven onto the battlefield. Priest. If I still had a claim, that would be good, but I think it's too slow. Too slow. Gotta deal with this questing beast. We got goats for days to throw in front of the frickin' goblin. Untapped land? I guess I'll take it. Get back Woe Strider. Okay, they drew a blank. I have a chance. All the non-Woe Strider cards get exiled. Goats, baby. Do you like goats? I got goats for you. Alright, Mayhem Devil, where art thou? I'm ready to throw some goats around. Another Zata. Oh no. Oh, is that graveyard? We need 2 more cards in it to get back another Woe Strider. So I could choose to go to 1. What do you think, everybody? Are we going to 1? As long as I untap with my ovens, I can gain it back. I think we do. We'll see if I get brutal punished. This doesn't combine with anything right now. I need better. I know it can block a questing beast, but so can the Woe Strider. And I really just need to eat this food next turn. Start exchanging these for life. Do I want to throw a goat in the oven? I should have. No, I didn't have to. I scried. Yeah, I think that was still better. Excuse me? Yeah, that's all the Nightmare Shepherds. So we got away with being at 1 for 1 turn. I don't think we should do it for another turn. I think we should gain this life. Let's do it now before our opponent gets their draw. At least for one of them, and then we'll do the rest in a minute. So now we can trade the Woe Strider with the Questing Beast, gain a little more life, get off that 1 life spot where a Bone Crusher Giant could be lethal. Yeah, they're still coming. Do you think the opponent drew another Questing Beast? I'm guessing the answer could be yes. Or Ember Cleave, finally. Or Collision. Death Touch Trample, does that leave me dead? I think it does. Yeah, I think we were 1 away from stabilizing, but I don't think it's happening. If I had blocked with the 1 other goat, I could have played around Collision Colossus, but we couldn't have expected that it would be top decked right then, right there. Also, 1 land short this whole time. Oh, and the Devil? Wow. Wow, that hurts. That sucks, but you know, you give them enough time. That's why we took the turn off to gain the life. We were trying not to give them any more time. Yeah, I mean, the Footlight Fiend has to hold down the fort for the 3 drops to come along, and then Nightmare Shepherd goes crazy. That's the plan. That is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. We can go Footlight Fiend first, then Scryland if we want. Or we can go Scryland, Blood Crypt. I think it depends on what the opponent plays first. If they play an aggressive creature, we need to match the board. An untapped land. The opponent already with an oven. No 2-drop here. So yeah, let's lead with the Fiend. I don't have either part of my Witch's Oven or Cauldron Familiar. It would suck pretty bad for the opponent to have those things against me right out of the gate. Priest. Priest is obnoxious. Yeah, having our own oven is very important. I don't know when I'm going to squeeze it into this curve. I think the Woe Strider has to come down next turn, which is good to fight the Priest with. And it looks like their Priest at least is going to be a little awkward. But they already have Cat Oven, so they have a huge advantage. They have Cat Double Oven. They have a tremendous advantage. Well, if they have a Mayhem Devil, I'm probably wrecked anyway. But I still think we should slow roll the Midnight Reaper. I think having the Woe Strider down is probably the best we can hope for here. And then try to time our sacrifices for when we have a Nightmare Shepherd. But yeah, our opponent so far with a much better draw. Just based on if you have these 2 cards together. Now we could top deck a cat and be right there with them. Also, Mayhem Devil is crucial. We don't have that either. If I had known I was in the mirror, I think my hand is unkeepable because it doesn't have Oven, Cat, or Devil. And I think that maybe, you know, maybe you just should never keep a hand without those, even though these cards look fine and they have great synergy together. They just don't accomplish what this can accomplish.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands? Don't worry, I brought company.
Well, I got this goat. Might as well use it for something. Yeah. This is a bit of a joke. Not a game. Not a game at all. I guess we'll play you. Hope to get something out of it. There's no good attacks. So the opponent gets to keep doing their thing, draw a million cards. So when this last oven taps, we can kill the priest, right? With the Footlight Fiend Woe Strider combo. I think we have to do that. They're definitely going to use that oven. Okay. There's definitely an there's like an argument I could take out the Reaper, but there's always a chance our opponent won't draw good things. Like taking on this priest for the next several turns is just going to be lethal, so we have to do something about it. All right, we're going to have Cat Oven. Cat Oven Reaper. So we're going to try to catch up. If the opponent doesn't deal with the Shepherd and it gets to kill the Chandra, then we have a chance. We don't have a chance. Not even a little one anymore. Unless the opponent for some reason doesn't kill the Shepherd. We came and sacrificed that. Anyway, that's how that deck works. Draw an oven in this is good, and we have a Woe Strider claim. We'll give it a try. Our opponent opens on the goose being loose and all. If we draw an oven, steal that goose and cook it. No, only our opponents get ovens. But I got your cat. I guess I do want to make absolutely sure that goes off. Should have attacked at the very start of that turn. Maybe the opponent wouldn't block. Maybe they'd be a coward. You never know. But we do have Judith. Judith can be saucy. Pile on some damage. The question is, do you Woe Strider first or Judith first? It's a heck of a wide board if we do Woe Strider first. And then possibly Claim and Judith if we draw the land. Of course, Claim's going to be useless against our opponent because of the oven. Whoa. Aggressive. Very aggressive.
I leave bodies in my wake.
So there's the oven. So I could throw a claim. Maybe the opponent wouldn't throw their goose. I think I'm better off though playing the Scourge Diva and punching this down to a life total where it can't minus to kill the Scourge Diva. Plus, if the opponent somehow interacts and kills some of these, maybe Vraska dies. We're definitely in a sequencing conundrum right now with this deck.
Hit. Don't let it go to your head.
I mean, Diva on Diva action. That sounded really bad when I play that back in my head. Will you please strike this from the record? Editor! Crumbs. So plus sacrifice the food, dig with the crumbs. Good value. It's really good value. The opponent did tap their black mana to use the crumbs, so if they find a cat now, they can't play it. And they shocked for the Stomping Ground. I would have done a little different sequencing personally. That's got to go. Something's getting claimed here. But otherwise, the opponent says go. So it's an opportunity to play a Woe Strider and kill the Vraska. We could attack with all on the Vraska. That would get rid of it. The Footlight Fiend can be sacrificed to take out the Goose to the Woe Strider. I don't think the opponent will have an interaction here, so I think we're clean to make this attack. If they want to block with the Goose, that's fine with me. Okay, stride him up. Nice wide board, that's for sure. Just begging for a Massacre Girl, but the opponent's only on 1 black. I'm not quite scared. Maybe I should be. I guess in response to Massacre Girl, we can sack everything that has 1 toughness. More likely the opponent's going to go Mayhem on me, though. Okay. Here it comes. So, we want to activate our Woe Strider, give up our Footlight Fiend, and take the Goose down. Goose down. Haha. We want to get our sacrifices out of the way first. Then next turn we claim that thing. See what the opponent does. They'll probably kill the Woe Strider in response. Somehow. Not sure how. I guess they'll be able to use... So they throw the Goose into the oven. They have a food token to sacrifice after they fetch with a Fabled Passage. I think that our own Mayhem Devil is a good safety net. Who's your target? Sure. So if we sacrifice Judith, that's 1 damage. We could kill our opponent's Mayhem Devil now, but we'd have to lose our cat, which would eventually come back anyway. But we could kill it with all this on the stack, but then the opponent could throw it in the oven, deal 1 damage anyway. The scries aren't very good. Let's make the opponent deal with the Judith. I think that's better. So they probably eat their food. They don't get to dig with crumbs, so it's gone. And they target the Judith, which is fine. We can sacrifice it for a scry, but we don't need the scry. We know what we have on top, and we're keeping it. Opponent knows that too. We'll see how that makes them play this turn. So they still have 1 oven open. So we're going to throw this claim, and I'm going to hope my opponent doesn't throw this creature in the oven, but I guess I have a Woe Strider, so they know they should. What's the target? The kitty. All right. Scry. Looking for a land here. Not another Strider. Here's my oven. Woe Strider gets busy. And now it's us versus our engine trying to face this Trail of Crumbs nonsense. We have the cat in the oven. The opponent has double oven, no cat yet. Let's see if they find it. Oh God. Perfect freaking card, isn't it? All right. Off with this goat. Return of the cat. So it can attack this turn. I think the opponent's going to sacrifice this Brontodon, but you never know. So if I try to claim it, they definitely will. They'll probably do it before this resolves. Let's see what happens. Nope. Okay. Gimme. They're going to sack it now to take out the oven. But we get an extra point of damage because we played the Mayhem Devil. Actually, we get a few extra points because we're going to run the cat through the thing. I guess we don't need to do that now because the oven has been used. We can save this 1 point for a time that might need it. Don't know that we're favored. Feels like the opponent has all the tools. Murderous Rider. Can pitch you? Oops. Should have brought the cat back. Little mistake. Ugh. They add up with this deck. Priest. Is Priest too slow here? I want to play the Shepherd. I think we're going to go for better. I need another oven is what I should be prioritizing. Ovens and Midnight Reaper I think are the best things we can be doing. Shock yourself. You must have another... No, you don't. You must be planning to eat this food. Alright, let's get an extra point in. Hello. Let's attack first. If the opponent had a removal spell, they'd use it in response to the Shepherd no matter what we do. Looks like that's not the plan. So, Crumbs digs. What does it find? We get this information about what they find with Crumbs before playing our Shepherd. Goose. Okay. Not a Massacre Girl. Boss. So this is 1 extra damage because we can exile it to make another. If we need it. Another Murderous Rider? Alright. Opponent is relentless. They're nothing if not relentless. We don't want them to get their 2-3 life linkers, so sacrificing makes sense. Goose is here. Double Goose is here. That's pretty bad for us. We need to draw another Mayhem Devil here. Oven would be great too. This is fine. This is definitely fine. The thing is, would we rather have Priest out? The opponent's on empty. Yeah, I think we establish a Priest here and force them to find a Massacre Girl and have the mana to use her. So, I mean, they do have a lot of food sources, of course. Yep, take the blocks. Throw something in the oven. So they have a lot of life still. Just costs a lot of mana to use it. That's the good news. And they don't have the mana to eat food right this second. So they have to do it this turn, which, if they dig with Crumbs, can't massacre this turn. They do have this Goose, which is a really cheap use of Crumbs, actually. Massacre, though, we can always sack the Cauldron to the Woe Strider. We can play around it. But the opponent has the Oven, that's right, so they can sacrifice the Goose with that on the stack. If they remember. Okay. Castle. Good. They're saying go. They're not going to sacrifice and dig now. All right. What do they have? Ukroan War is not useful against them. Not as useful as I think this will be. All right. Let's attack first. Here comes the Crumbs. What do you get? What do you get? Cat. Crap. This is really good. For keeping alive. At least it's stuck in the hand for one more stupid turn. Uh-huh. That's not the worst. All right, you two get in there. Am I sacrificing to priest this turn to get the goose off the table? I think I am. We're almost in position to bring back the Strider. Well, we are in a position to bring back the Strider if we have the mana. So that can be something we do with mana next turn. We're going to draw 2, 3 cards. Surely we'll get something that we can use. We are giving up our sacrifice outlet. Curious to see if that punishes us. Wow. Very good. That couldn't have worked out much better. That is like, we did it, internet. I'm still going to sacrifice this cat now. Meow. Because if I draw a land, I want to hit it. And it could be a tap land. Alright. Down to 5. Really on death's door is our foe, but they have all this life gain. They're that frickin' Jund food pile. You guys have played this deck. It's gross. It's gross what it can do. It can make so much food, gain so much life, gain so much value. Will they get us? Claim can clear nothing. It can give haste to something of mine, potentially. A Crow and War, pretty dead here. That's too bad. That is too bad, because they do get their rider, but they do pay 2 life for it, and they can't... Wait a minute. Are they dead? They can't gain life now. They're dead. We got them. Think we got them. They can gain life with the cat. They just can't gain mana. They can't gain 3 life. So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be okay. In response, they still have another one they can sack to get back. And they do. They're at 3. I can just do it now. All right, let's get this trigger on the stack. So their cat is still in the graveyard, though. They can still gain 1 more. All right. So if we claim the cat, they sack it, we can bring it back 1 more time, gain 1 more life. There, 4. I definitely have them. It's just about figuring out exactly how to get it. Down to 1. Cat goes to the graveyard. 2 mana created. And they're gonna wrap it up. Okay. Whew. So I was thinking of escaping my Woe Strider, giving it haste, and then attacking, making them bring back block, sacrifice the Woe Strider for 2 foods, gives me 2 cats. And I think that's the most damage I could have put out that turn. And when I'm not sure if I'm going to get it, I just try to put out the most damage I can. Like, that's the plan. And you can give claim to your own Woe Strider to give it haste, because when it escapes from the graveyard, it costs 5 to do that, but it's still a 3 casting cost creature. I hope you enjoyed today's video with the Rakdos Sacrifice deck. I need a nap now. My head hurts. That was a lot of math. Thank you very much for watching this video, and a big thank you and shout out to my members on YouTube. Hitting that join button to support the channel for $4.99 a month means a lot and really helps me, so thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.